So, it is now 2016, and it is custom to our internet traditions to make a list on our reflections of the year that has passed and on our hopes and expectations for the new year. And I haven't made a new video in a while, so that's my excuse. First thing I feel I should address is probably the birth of the Emotional Crit YouTube channel on the 1st of April. Ah yes, April's Fools. Makes it easy to remember. I should note that I have a birthday special planned for that date. Most of you who know what kind of stuff I'm working on will probably already know what it is, so it's not quite a birthday surprise. Still, I hope you will find it to your liking. So while I've made a number of videos that I could all give my individual thoughts on, I think I'll just narrow down to this. First, videos in general will never be perfect, and despite how many retakes I took for each of them, I eventually grew happy, nay content with them. This became a recurring thing for me, and it counts for any kind of creative work, quote unquote creative. I absolutely hated at first, and then eventually they grow on me. However, if I were to give myself a pat on the back for just one of the videos, it would be a video not featured on this channel. It's the Alesso Heist pre-release video made by my partner in crime, Shades. As soon as I heard that Overkill was making a heist DLC with a heavy emphasis on music and timing, I was immediately reminded of one of the greatest scenes in Danish television. Shades went right to work as soon as I shared my idea, and wouldn't you know it, I totally called it. It's not implemented in the game as well as I had hoped, but I leave that criticism for the Payday 2 playthrough. My productivity eventually went down to nearly a zero though. Part of it is due to me getting a full-time job, and that has to take priority. Part of it is me wanting to spend time with friends, and finally, part of it is me having a nasty cough. All this is what made me seek out Twitch streaming. It requires a whole lot less preparation, a whole lot less stress on my throat, and the response is immediate. Granted, mistakes will pop up and you can't fix those. I actually really hate to waste time, even more so the time of others, but that is how streaming is, so I don't know, 420 plays it. The first stream I did was of course Splatoon, on release date if memory serves me right. I actually streamed this quite a few times, showing off all it had to offer, at least before all the additional weapons, costumes and maps. The response was more or less the same. I want to try this game. And yeah, I definitely would say you should. It is well deserving of all the praise it gets. Even got the Best Multiplayer of the Year Game Award. I'd say it's well deserved, not just because it's different, but because it plays so differently from other games. I feel Splatoon is a game that anyone can have fun with, so give it a spin. You might see me streaming Splatoon on a Saturday or a Sunday in the near future, during the so-called Splatfests. The next big stream was Freedom Planet. Oh my god, I love this game. If you know me, you might know that I'm a big fan of Sonic games. Sonic 2 was the first game I ever owned, and it was fantastic, and when Sonic 3 and Knuckles came, it just blew me away, and to this day I would still be considering it one of the best games ever made. So when people describe Freedom Planet as a good Sonic clone, I knew I had to check it out. I think Total Biscuit said it best. It's not a Sonic clone, it's a Sonic successor, and a damn good one at that. But it's not just a Sonic game, it's a Sega Mega Drive / Saturn game. Elements of other games appear, such as Metal Slug, Gunstar Heroes, and another favorite of mine, Rocket Knight Adventures. The bosses are big and terrifying, or small and lightning quick. And the music. Oh, the music! Now, I don't like every track, but man, Dragon Valley, Relic Maze, and Fortune Knight I consider masterpieces. I would go as far as saying that Relic Maze beats a Lava Reef from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The weakest part is the story though. It's all over the place, very cutesy one minute and super dark the next. Thankfully, the characters are for the most of the time very likable. I will give a lot of the credit to the voice actors. You can tell it's made by an independent company, but damn if these voice actors don't pour their heart and soul into these characters. It just goes to show that even if the odds are against you, you can prevail if you put effort into it. So I don't feel like being too hard on the story, because it is entirely skippable with classic mode. I think this is my favorite game of the games I've streamed, and I will be looking forward to playing the sequel that has recently been announced. I can't wait to find out what adventures Lilac and Carol will embark on. Oh, and Mila too, I guess. The second last stream I want to talk about is Shantae, Risky's Revenge. A lot of people recommended to vote for Shantae for the Smash ballot, and after doing a bit of research, I decided to give it a go and see if she was a worthy candidate. Gameplay wise, I actually don't think this game is that exciting. It's just one long fetch quest, and that can still be okay if the journey is interesting, but I really don't think it is. The tools are not super exciting to use, and the navigation can be rather confusing. However, the look and feel of the game is super charming. Love the characters, love their designs, love the humor, and I love the sprite animation. Expect me to stream Shantae and the Pirate's Curse soon, which is said to be a superior game. Lastly, we have the Back to the Future stream. It was really just meant to celebrate Future Day on the 21st of October, but a lot of people got intrigued by this sequel, so I went ahead with the rest of the episodes and finished it before 2015 was over. Another game with plenty of heart and definitely a lot more professionalism. And I say this without stepping on other games. It really feels like a proper sequel to the trilogy, despite we never asked for one. So that's it for 2015. But what about 2016? I have an overload of ambition, but so did I in 2015 without reaching what I wanted. I'm very keen on keeping promises, so I will carefully tiptoe my way around what I know I will be doing and what I hope to be doing. It should be totally doable to finish up my Payday 2 and Rock of Ages playthrough. Payday 2 is a game constantly evolving, so it can be hard to pinpoint when the playthrough will actually stop. Rock of Ages generally isn't a very popular game, but that's no excuse not to finish it. So there's that. So what playthrough will I do next, you might ask? Well, that is still rather open, but for now I think Deus Ex Human Revolution will be a good candidate. Not only is it a fantastic game, considered a favorite amongst many, but a new Deus Ex game is coming out this year, which I will probably stream. Speaking of which. Aside from a more casual streaming of games that I often play, such as Smash, Splatoon, Heroes of the Storm, GTA 5, Dying Light, Guns of Icarus, Undertale, etc., here are the 4 new games that I will look forward to streaming with great anticipation. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. A HD remake of the very first Zelda game I ever played, and also my very first Wii game. This game has a very special place in my heart. I've already pre-ordered the limited edition with the Wolf Link amiibo and the soundtrack. I know this game inside out, well, almost, so I expect this stream to be really good. Great music, great visuals, good story, a couple of really good surprises, and an absolute fantastic character. The tutorial drags out a little, but once the game gets started, good times should be had. Star Fox Zero. I wouldn't call this a remake, but rather a reimagining of Star Fox 64. I say that because, well, Peppy is back in the Arwing, Crystal is nowhere to be seen so far, and the walker function from the never released Star Fox 2 is in the game now. Part of me isn't very happy that we don't get a follow-up to the previous games. I really wanted to see Fox meet his father, or at least confirm if he was alive or not. But who knows, maybe this can surpass Star Fox 64. At least it looks very interesting to play in terms of controls. Fingers crossed that the characters are as dramatic as they were in the 64 game. One thing I can say for sure is that barrels will be rolled. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. To be honest, I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that I love Deus Ex, I love Adam Jensen, and I love this whole man versus technology shizzle. I expect some good action, some good stealthing, pacifist options, and unintentional quotable one-liners. Aside from that, I'm going in blind. And finally the big one, the upcoming Legend of Zelda for Wii U. Like with Mankind Divided, I know very little, and I'm very open to whatever this game has to offer. As far as I can tell, it will be a very open world a la Skyrim. It has some bullet time elements in it, and Link is wearing a lot of sky blue clothing. Interesting. Considering that we all know Nintendo is going to release a new console soon, my prediction is it will be in 2017. They probably want this game to be the epic swan song of the Wii U. Considering the massive expectations this game has, and the fact that it got delayed because of new possibilities emerged during development, I am confident that Nintendo wants this game to be 2016's Game of the Year. So there we go, that's the plan. I hope I have piqued your curiosity and you decide to hang around. And here comes the part where I say the typical YouTuber shizzle, but unlike everyone else, I won't do it on any of my playthroughs or streams, so that's why I'm saying this now. If you want to keep up to date on what is happening on this channel, subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications of when I'm going online, streaming, click the link in the description below and follow me on Twitch. And finally, I should also mention that I have a Twitter account, also link in the description. Aside from shenanigans and whatever I find important, I will also post my stream schedules there, so you can plan ahead if you don't want to miss out on anything.
Prentice, do you have the artifact yet?
That's all for now. Here's to a great new year of gaming. Cheers!
Me, Apprentice. Hurry back to Scotia's. I mean, my chambers. I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises.
Trust me, you'll love
Yes,
it.
I know I'm a month late. This is not my job, I do this in my spare time. Deal with it. Stemmemaskiner.